Hey everybody, welcome back to another Wednesday night Q&A. Let me refresh my page over here and see if I can get this video to play. Just looking at a black screen again. All right, there we go. I think we're good now. All right, as always, please say hello in the comments whenever you get here so I know that you are watching, and then we can go ahead and get started. Let me just get this going here so I can see your comments. All right, Jason, hello. Chris, hi. Mark, hello. Jermaine says, let's cut some cords, hopefully. Tom, hello from Malibu. Brett, Jeff, Armand, Jason, Aaron. Hi, everybody. Wow, everyone was here right on time tonight. Thank you all for being punctual. Jason says, what do you think of the HBO Max deal that is out there now? Yeah, that was something I wanted to talk to you guys about. There are a ton of good deals right now. So HBO Max is offering existing customers 40% off of its ad-free annual subscription. And let me grab that link for you guys, and I'll put it right in the comments. So Tamara wrote a post over at quirkitersnews.com. And right now you can save 40% if you are a qualifying existing subscriber. And HBO Max was sending this out to subscribers in emails. So yeah, if you are interested in an annual plan, now is the time. Sorry, I've got all kinds of stuff just randomly opening up on my desktop here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, personally, I think it's a good deal. If you are someone who is interested in HBO Max, you have no intention of pausing your subscription, I would say go for it. Yeah, Jermaine is talking about another good deal that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Jermaine says, I'm tempted by the Paramount Plus Showtime bundle, and this is one that I definitely recommend looking into because right now it is super cheap. And again, let me grab that link for you guys and put it right here in the chat. So with this one, you can add Showtime right onto your Paramount Plus subscription. So they are launching with limited time promotional pricing, $10 a month if you have the Paramount Plus Essential plan, $13 a month if you have the Paramount Plus Premium plan. So it's basically making Showtime free as an add-on for Paramount Plus if you sign up soon. So good stuff. Yeah, lots of good deals this week. Love to see it. I feel like I've been typing a limited time deal over and over every day. So good stuff. Lots of good deals. This is such a bummer of a question. Richard says, Jess, how are you doing without Lowcast? And I'll be honest, I am missing Lowcast. So for those of you who haven't heard, I'm sure most of you have at this point, Lowcast has officially shut down. Very sad news, not happy about it. I know a lot of you are also feeling my pain. A lot of you have emailed me, DM'd me, and said that you are also very sad to see Lowcast go. And I completely understand. A lot of you can probably get most of your local channels for free with an antenna, but a lot of us just don't get all of our channels. So people who are far away from the towers, and a lot of us who are living in the city and are just in buildings surrounded by concrete and don't get a great signal, we are now missing out on our local channels because Lowcast shut down. So personally, I have upgraded my Hulu plan to have Hulu with live TV, so I'm getting my locals that way. But if anyone else wants to share how you are getting your locals, please leave it in the chat. Yeah, I see a bunch of you saying that you're sad to see it go, and I'm right there with you. Such a bummer. All right. Mike says, glad to see that you're feeling better. Missed you last week. Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for everyone who reached out last week. I unfortunately was not feeling well. I had a terrible, terrible headache. I was going to try to power through and do this live stream anyway, but oh boy, it was not great. I ended up going to bed super early, so it was for the best for all of us. All right, let's see here. Yep, lots more missing Lowcast comments. Yeah, and I'm with you guys. I hear you. Jam and Joe says, love my YouTube TV. Yeah, so that's another good one for getting local channels. Lots of these live TV streaming services do offer local channels, so YouTube TV, Fubo TV, Hulu is another good one. Sling has some locals for some people, just depends on your location. Jason, no, not COVID. I am COVID-free, everybody. I promise, not COVID. What are my thoughts on Disney Day? Yeah, I actually have that post pulled up too. You guys are just hitting everything that I wanted to talk about tonight. Love that. So, a quick little rundown of Disney Day. Friday, November 12th will be Disney Plus's second birthday, and they are celebrating with Disney Day. And we're not completely sure of everything that Disney's going to be doing to celebrate Disney Day, but let me go over just a couple of quick things. Again, Tamara did a post kind of giving you the rundown of all of this stuff, but some titles are going to be hitting Disney Plus that day, including Jungle Cruise, and one that I'm very excited about, Home Sweet Home Alone, which is a Home Alone holiday special. I'm very excited about that one. Season 2 of The World According to Jeff Goldblum. So lots of good titles. Also on that day, Disney Plus is launching in South Korea and Taiwan, and Hong Kong on November 16th. So lots of good stuff happening on Disney Day, but hoping that we will hear a little more about what Disney has planned whenever we get a little closer to that day. And of course, if we hear anything, we will post about it. Oh, thanks so much for all of the super nice messages. I appreciate that, you guys. Yes, feeling much, much better now, but thank you all for checking in. I appreciate you. All right, Space Ghost says, Locast just doesn't have the money or the pool to fight the alphabets. Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago too. That was definitely part of the problem, is that these big networks just have so much power and money behind them that that was going to be a tough fight for Locast no matter what. So yeah, I'm with you. Oh, a good question. How is the new Vizio TV? Have you tried the SmartCast streaming on it? I promised you guys a review and I really dropped the ball on that one, but it's coming soon. Yes, the Vizio TV is set up right over here, just where you can't see it. But I'm really liking it. First of all, it is gigantic. They sent me a 65-inch TV, which is much bigger than the one that I had before. So it's in my office because it won't fit anywhere else. So yes, during the workday, I've been playing around with it, and I will get a review ready for you guys soon. I'm so sorry. I told you guys it would be up sooner, and time got away from me. All right. I love how many of you have become friends during these Q&A sessions and now just get to talk to each other and catch up in the chat. That makes my heart happy. Okay, NYC says, I wouldn't be surprised if they announced some stuff for Hotstar. Yes, definitely. Particularly the teasers of their partnership with the name that I have tried to pronounce over and over and cannot, and possibly merging Hotstar with Disney Plus overseas. Yeah, definitely. That's something I'm kind of expecting to hear, but like I said, hopefully we will learn a little more about Disney Day in the coming weeks. But lots of news coming out today about it, so I will dig into that a little bit more later this week. All right, Jason, I knew someone was going to say this. Jason said I should make the Vizio my background screen. I did think about that, but I think it would have been awkward to hang it behind me where I would never use it unless I was purposely sitting on the other side of the room looking at my desk. So it all felt a little bit awkward. Plus, I don't have the stuff to hang the TV. It's on a TV stand over here, and it's really, really heavy, and I am stubborn enough that I would try to hang it myself and would probably injure myself or this beautiful TV. So maybe someday. Jermaine actually tagged me in a tweet about a humongous TV. So somebody, all of you, go check that out on Twitter if you're interested, but that screen is gigantic. It would literally take up this entire room, and that one made me laugh out loud. All right, Diva says, there are lots of apps on my Roku that have completely stopped working. Yes, I have seen so many people tagging me on Twitter and writing in our cord cutting tech support Facebook group saying that they're having issues with apps on Roku. And I'm wondering if that's because Roku is about to come out with a big OS update, 10.5, I think is this one. I'm wondering if that's what's causing some of these problems. So hopefully when that update goes through, some problems will be solved. But Diva, you are not alone. I've seen a ton of people talking about this. I will dig into that a little bit more tomorrow and check out some message boards and stuff, and we'll email Roku to ask about it. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's kind of my guess, is that it's because of this big update that's coming. Which is another thing that we should talk about. Let me see if I can find this post real quick. Roku on Monday morning, let me scroll through here, they announced that they are coming out with a new streaming device and a OS update. So let me grab both of these for you. We will start with Philip's post about a new streaming stick. So the Roku streaming stick 4K will have Dolby Vision, HDR 10 plus support, lots of good stuff, and they gave us a quick preview of what this is going to look like, and it looks awesome, so very excited. Looks like it's going to be a little bit faster. Love that for us. It's coming with a Roku Voice Remote Pro, which I know a lot of you have been looking for. So here it is. I was looking for pricing. The Roku Streaming Stick 4K will be $50, and the Streaming Stick 4K Plus is $70. Let's see. Those are both available to pre-order now, and they're going to start shipping out next month if you are interested. They're also upgrading their Roku Ultra LT if anyone's interested in that one. And then let me grab this one about the OS update also. Let me make sure I didn't miss a ton of comments. Yeah, some more of you are also saying that you're having issues with Roku. I know it's not helpful. I don't really have an answer for you, but sometimes it's helpful just to know that you are not the only one dealing with that stuff. And a bunch of you are saying in the comments that you're having issues with different apps. And yeah, I can tell you that a bunch of people have been letting me know that they're also having issues and have been for the past week or so. Okay, so operating system, let me get that in the chat for you. All right, so a quick overview of Roku OS 10.5. This is an update that is going to have some new voice commands. You're going to get new surround sound settings if you're using those Roku soundbars and speakers. Also, they're going to be highlighting some live TV on the Roku channel, which you all know is one of my personal favorites. Love the Roku channel for free content. So on the TV interface, you're going to see the Roku channel's live channels being highlighted. Also on the mobile app, you're going to find a new home tab, and it's just going to make it easier for you to get to your content quicker. New voice features. They are going to have more apps that are responding to voice commands, which will be nice. They're also going to do, this was one of my favorite things that they told us about, they're going to make it so that whenever you are whenever you are entering your password into different apps and things, you'll be able to say your password into the voice remote and it will transcribe that for you, so that you're not messing around with keyboards and trying to type everything in. So that's very cool. They showed us a quick little video of that, and it looks like it's going to work really well, so good stuff. I'm excited about that one. And then, like I said, improvements to your surround sound settings and a few other things, so should be a good update, but we will have to wait and see. And like I said, I'm hoping that it solves some of these issues that people are having with apps on Roku. But we will wait and see, and I will try to get some answers for you in the meantime. Okay, yeah, Bree says don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, please do. If you think that these videos are helpful or just entertaining, if you just like being here, give this video a like. Thank you. All right, and I know I missed some comments whenever I was going on and on about Roku updates, but I just get excited. Let's see. Do I think that anything like Lowcast will ever return? Honestly, no, not long term anyway. I think that we will keep seeing different organizations and companies trying to start something like Lowcast. I think that they're going to keep running into the same issue with these copyright claims and lawsuits. So I don't think anything is going to last, to be honest. All right. Someone's asking me about Baker Mayfield, our quarterback for the Browns. Am I going to pay a max contract? I am not the person to ask about that. Personally, I say give Baker Mayfield whatever he wants. Diva, yeah, I saw you comment that you also live in downtown Cleveland. If you do ever run into me in the street, please come over and say hi. But yeah, as far as I know, we have not run into each other yet. Diva's telling everyone to be nice to me because I live in her city. Yeah, please do. All right. I'm sorry, just scrolling back up because I know I missed a couple of comments. I say this every time, but if you ask a question or leave a comment and I don't see it, please comment again. I probably just missed it because sometimes the comments go through pretty quickly, especially whenever I'm over reading from a post. Me Jones says, I am late, but go Saints. You know what? I lived in New Orleans for a while and I did cheer for the Saints whenever I lived there until I moved to Cleveland, so I can be on board for that. The Pelican says, I like Paramount Plus. I can watch NFL on it. Yeah, for sure. I was recommending that a couple of weeks ago. There was a game on CBS, and a lot of people were having trouble watching on Hulu, specifically on Fire TV devices. And I was having that issue too. I was using my Fire TV. I was trying to watch on Hulu, and it kept cutting out and taking me back to my home screen. And I jumped into the cord cutting tech support group and noticed that a lot of people were having the same issue, and people kept saying it was specifically on Fire TV devices. So again, not super helpful because I didn't have an answer for anyone of how to fix it, but kind of good to know that other people were having the same issue. And my response was to tell everyone to go over to Paramount Plus. So if you are using Paramount Plus, you can get your live CBS affiliate station. So I got to watch my Browns on Paramount Plus instead of Hulu because it just wasn't working that day. So, something to keep in mind. Thanks so much for everyone asking me if I'm feeling better. I'm much better. Sorry about that last week. I will be honest, I slept all weekend. I worked and slept and did not leave the apartment all weekend. So I think that is exactly what I needed. So thank you all for checking in. I really appreciate it. Bree says, Jess, do you have the Roku Stream Bar and do you like it? I would like one maybe if they were on sale for Black Friday. So I do. I have the sound bar and the stream bar, the big one and the little one. I like the little one more just because it's giving me the same kind of sound quality as far as I can tell. And it's just a lot smaller, it just fits in my space better. So I prefer the smaller one, but really liked both of them. I also have the whole surround sound setup. So they sent me the wireless speakers and the subwoofer, and I love it. I have it set up in my living room so that whenever I'm watching movies, the sound quality is great. I've told you guys before, I'm not like a sound quality expert at all, so Philip is definitely the one to ask specific questions, and I think he's trying to get his hands on this Roku surround sound setup so that he can test it out for you guys and do a video. So look forward to that at some point whenever he can get all of that stuff. Sorry, one second, got distracted over here. Yeah, Richard says one big thing about the new Roku OS is that you can have 2 wireless speakers to give you a true 5.1 surround sound. Yeah, read that post. There's more info from Roku that we will share. But yeah, it's really cool. And like I said in the video, it was just like a very, I don't know, immersive experience is what they kept saying. And I would completely agree with that, even though it sounds a little corny. But yes, personally, I do really like the stream bar and the sound bar, but I do recommend waiting until Black Friday. I do have a feeling that a lot of that stuff is going on sale, especially since Roku is coming out with these new devices. No new stream bar or sound bar that I know of, but because they do have new products coming out, I have a feeling all of their stuff will go on sale. And of course, you guys know I will be posting deals all day long on Black Friday and on Cyber Monday, probably all weekend too. So definitely check in. I will help you save money on whatever you're looking for. Maybe we can do a live stream or something too, and you guys can tell me what you're looking for, and I'll go check and see what the good deals are. Okay. MPL says, does Roku have a screen reader built into it for people that are blind or have low vision? If anyone has an answer for this, please leave it in the chat and I will make sure to read it aloud. I don't know offhand, but it's something that I'm definitely looking into. A couple of you have asked about a post on accessibility features, and I do have someone working on that, so it's coming soon. All right, let's see. Whoops. Okay, I definitely skipped over some comments by accident. It just jumped down. So if you ask something again and I haven't answered, please ask again. I definitely missed it. But Mike says, since I lost Locast, I can't find a device to replace it because I can't find a service that has all the channels I like. That's a tough one. I would say go into the tech support group on Facebook and let them know what channels you're looking for. People are really helpful. Excuse me. You can also go over to Suppose TV, and on that website you can put in the channels or the content that you're looking for, and it'll tell you where you can find it. So that's also very helpful too. I'm also finally working on updating that huge comparison chart that we used to have every month, and I just haven't been able to keep up with. I'm finally working on updating that, so I will have a big comparison chart of all of the live TV streaming services coming soon, and I will list out all of the channels and where you can find them all. But yeah, Jeff is saying to put in the chat what channels you're looking for. Everyone here will be very, very helpful. But as far as locals go, if you're looking for your local channels to make up for Locast, I would say Fubo, YouTube TV, and Hulu are the big ones. Richard says, Roku does have a test for speech feature in the settings. Okay, good to know. And like I said, I will have somebody, or I do have somebody already working on a post about some of those accessibility features. So hopefully we'll have more info all in one big post soon. G Money is here. Happy to have you in the chat, friend. All right, James says, do you think that Roku and Google will come to an agreement to allow the YouTube TV app back on its platform? Yeah, I do. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taking this long, but yeah, I think so. What do you guys think? Do we think that they will work it out, or is this just a fight that's going to go on and on? Let me know what you think. Okay, so we're also getting some questions from brand new cord cutters, so I want to pose a question to all of you to please leave your answers in the chat. So if somebody came to you as a brand new cord cutter, what advice would you give them? Are there any tips and tricks that you would offer? How would you suggest that they make the switch from cable to streaming a little easier? I would love to know what you guys think. My top answer would be to start with an antenna. Before you even cancel cable, buy an antenna, hook it up, find out what channels you can get for free. So that's my number one tip. And then I would say also free trials for sure. I would try out any of the live TV streaming services, see what you think about them, make sure that you're getting all the channels that you want. So those would be my top two tips, but I would love to know what you guys think. So let me know in the chat and I will read some out loud. Yeah, Mike, same. Mike says, I'm living in an area where an antenna does no good. Yeah, okay, so does anyone know where Mike can stream Me TV and Cozy TV? This sounds like a question for Bill, and I don't think Bill is in the chat tonight, but those are two channels that he likes too. But if anyone has advice on where to stream those, please let us know. Yeah, lots of people are saying that a tip for new cord cutters is trying out the free streaming services. You know, that is near and dear to my heart. We love Pluto TV, and there are a ton of others too. There's Zumo, Tubi, Crackle, so many good ones. Plex has its own free streaming service, Redbox also, so tons and tons of free services to try out. NYC says, in the words of Luke, shop around and try out which services you like before committing. Yeah, would not recommend subscribing until you do a free trial, if at all possible. Also, check out cordcuttersnews.com. We have tons of deals all the time, so don't pay full price until you check and see if there's a deal. I hate paying full price for anything, honestly. Someone said check out the Antenna Man channel for recommendations. Absolutely. He is wonderful and does very good, thorough reviews of antennas. Also, I think he just joined the cord cutting tech support Facebook group. I think I saw his name pop up. I don't know if I've approved him yet. There were so many people. There were like 500 who were trying to join the group, and I got distracted and did not approve them all. But if he's not already in the group, he will be soon. So if anyone has antenna questions, post them in the cord cutting tech support group, and Antenna Man will be there. Okay, Jeff says that Cozy's on YouTube TV and on Hulu. Awesome. Chris says, my tip is to know what you are getting into. Every streaming service has its pros and cons. Yeah, and a lot of it is just personal preference. So I know a ton of people love YouTube TV and prefer it over Hulu with Live. Personally, I like the interface on Hulu with Live a little bit better, so that's the one that I chose. But personal preference, so definitely try them all out and just see which one's going to work best for you. Oh yeah, Stir is another great free streaming service, especially if you are looking for local-ish news. You can choose the city closest to you and get some local channels. MPL says, over-the-air antenna, and if you are not into sports, recommend subscribing to Philo. Yeah, a really good, cheap option if you don't need local channels, so it's a really good one to pair with an antenna. NYC said, it would be nice if you revived the CCN podcast with me, Philip, Antenna Man, and Michael Saves. Yeah, I would love that. Unfortunately, it's mostly a timing thing, and it just takes so long to do videos that I think it would be really challenging. But yeah, everyone's saying that's a super group. Agreed. I would love that. Maybe we could just do it as a one-time thing and see how it goes, but I would love that. Big fan of all of those guys. Brett says, for first-time cord cutters, I would start with a Roku device and try out channels like Pluto TV. Roku is the best device for beginners. I would say I agree. I always recommend Roku if people say that they have an older parent who is looking for a streaming device. Anytime people are first-time cord cutters, I tend to recommend a Roku, just because it's so affordable and it's also easy to set up, easy to use. Another good tip is to never pay to activate your streaming device. People get scammed all the time. They Google instructions for activation and they'll end up calling some phone number and it's a scam. They end up paying $100 to activate. You do not have to pay. So don't get scammed. Don't let your friends and family get scammed, please. I try to always post about that right after Black Friday because I know so many people buy new devices and activate them, so I'll do that again this year for sure. Any rumblings of an Apple streaming stick? Unfortunately, no. I haven't heard any rumors lately, and Apple just did a big event. If any of you caught that, they were introducing the new iPhone, and there wasn't a whole lot of Apple TV news, pretty much nothing with Apple TV devices. Philip does have a couple of updates about other Apple TV stuff if you want to check those out on cordcuttersnews.com. All right. Yes, this is something that I hate too. MPL says, the problem with those free ad-supported channels is the same commercial over and over. You guys know how I feel about the Charmin Bear commercial. I have ranted about this so many times, but that one was actually on Hulu. They were showing the same commercial over and over for months at a time, and it drove me absolutely crazy. And I know a lot of you were commiserating with me. But yes, definitely an issue too with some of these free services is that they get their advertisers and they show the same thing over and over. But if you can handle that or take the opportunity to go get a glass of water, stay hydrated, it's not so bad whenever you think about how you're getting all this content for free. All right, Richard says Roku is the best device to start streaming with. It is easy to use. I agree. Sydney says, my tip is to go with a streaming device. There is a section that gives you all the free streaming services that are available. Yeah, that's true. You can search. If you go to the Roku website, it might be easier to search. You can look for free apps, and there is a ton available. So definitely check out the Roku channel. It is so good, so much content, and they are really putting out more original content now too, which is great. Oh, Jeff has a note about people with Paramount Plus who want Showtime. Jeff, let me see if I can find this. Oh, here it is. Jeff says, if you have Paramount Plus already and want the bundle with Showtime, you can go to your account settings and add Showtime as an add-on. Yes, definitely. I was actually going to show you guys my phone to show you where it's at on mine, but you can see my credit card number, so that felt like not a great idea. So yes, I will tell you exactly what I go to find it on mine though. So I go into, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I had to open it in my browser. So I go to ParamountPlus.com, I tap on my name, tap on account, and then scroll down to subscription and billing, and it says add Showtime to your subscription. You click on manage add-ons and it is right there. So pretty simple. Michael says, I think the Flow ads for Progressive Insurance are way more annoying. Oh my gosh, yes. I used to work for an insurance agency long ago, and her face was everywhere. It was on all of their promotional stuff. I was so sick of seeing her. I do love the Baker Mayfield commercials, so they can show those all day. I'm fine with that. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Erin says just take a restroom break during the ads. Agreed. Miss Bashful says Antenna Man is the best. With his help, I now have over 200 channels. Holy smokes, I'm so jealous. For those of you who have been around a while, you might know that I only get like 12 channels with my antenna just because of my location. So 200, sheesh, I'm so jealous, but congratulations. That's so much good free content. All right. What is my opinion on Google Chromecast? To be honest, I've never used one myself, but I know that Philip has some more info for you. I believe he has a whole video dedicated to Chromecast, so check that out. Mike says, Google said they are adding live TV. I think I saw something about that, but did not end up having time to do anything with it yet. Let me look into that more. Jermaine says that the new Baker neighborhood gossip commercial is hilarious. Yes, completely agree. I love them. I might be a little bit biased. I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan, and his wife Emily, her too. So those yard sale commercials, love them. Chris says the Febreze commercial seems to be played, yes, to the point of being annoying. Completely agree. Jordan says, do newer Fire Sticks have app multitasking like iPhones and iPads? Hopping from one Fire Stick app to another can be sluggish. I'm wondering how old yours is, because I feel like every time they come out with a new one, it is much faster to hop from app to app. But if anyone else wants to chime in on this, please do. I have noticed that mine has gotten significantly slower, and I'm wondering if it's because I just have too many apps loaded onto it at this point, but I have noticed that within the past like 6 months or so that mine has gotten a lot slower just from switching from one thing to another. Richard says, one thing I don't like about the Roku TV remote is that you don't have a numeric keypad to change channels. Yeah, agreed. It's just like a streaming thing, I think. But I will say, if you're not already, try using the Roku app on your phone. It makes it much easier to navigate things. And there is a actual keyboard in the app so that it makes typing in passwords a lot easier. Can't recommend it enough. I absolutely love using the Roku app as my remote, so highly recommend. Nicholas says my Fire Stick is so slow. I factory reset it and it's back in the box. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are having that issue. I think too it's just like you keep these things for so long without updating them, and then whenever the newer one comes out, it seems like the old one is so slow. But it sounds like, yeah, we are not the only ones dealing with that issue. Daniel wants to know why he can't scan for TV channels. I'm not sure what you mean. You should still be able to scan your antenna for more channels. Oh, Christopher says try just clearing the cache for your Fire Stick. True, something I should be doing. G Money says on Bally Sports they play the exact same Jake from State Farm over and over and over, many times during one baseball game. Yeah, I've noticed too. State Farm, Progressive, and what is the other one that Patrick Mahomes is in? I think his might be Allstate too. Those ones get played over and over during NFL games too. All right, let's see. I know I definitely missed a couple of comments. If anyone else has more beginners tips, please leave them in the comments. I think I may have missed a few, and I love reading those ones out loud. I think it's really helpful. I know we always have some people that hop into the chat, but they don't like leaving comments or joining in the conversation. They just like to listen in and see what everyone else is talking about. And also for people who watch this later, it might be helpful if we just read some more of those out loud. So if anyone has advice for brand new cord cutters, please leave it in the comments. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me with all these, all this talk about different commercials. I completely agree with you. Liberty Insurance, yes, that song will get stuck in your head for days. The Jif peanut butter commercial, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Excuse me. All right, let's see here. Jordan says, I always turn off any apps running in the background. Yeah, that's another good tip too. If your device seems to be running a little bit slower, turn off any apps running in the background. That's another good tip for saving data too. Just make sure that you're completely closing out of things whenever you're done with them. And if you are someone who, like me, tends to fall asleep with the TV on, definitely set the timer so it'll automatically turn off. It'll help you save on data. Rockland says, my Roku app on my phone keeps telling me it's not connected. I would use the app more often if it would behave. So just make sure that you are on the same internet network on your phone and with your Roku device, and it should work. That's really interesting. I don't know why it wouldn't pair. That would be a good question for Roku support though, and I say this all the time too, but if you guys are looking for support for streaming services or devices, I always recommend going to social media, especially Twitter. I feel like their support people are always super on the ball on social media, so tag them with your question over there. Rockland says, I Googled the streaming channels before I decided. I did the trials as well. I'm a big fan of Roku. Yeah, cannot talk about free trials enough. They are a lifesaver in helping you not spend money on something that you won't use. So definitely use all of the free trials that you possibly can. Paul Pastor says, you may have already answered this, but who has the best streaming service? Is that your question? It says Best Buy, but I feel like you're asking who has the best streaming service. Personal preference. Again, I would say it depends on what you're looking for. If you are looking for live TV, if you are looking for local channels, it all just depends on what you're looking for. So definitely check out each of them. You can, on their homepages, just go to their website and put in your zip code, and it should show you exactly what channels you will get with in your area. And that's a really good way to just kind of see what they have to offer before you sign up. So another good tip for beginners. but I can't tell you which one has the best. I can just tell you which ones I prefer, and everybody in the chat will just have different answers for that. All right, Billy says there's an app on Fire Sticks called Background Apps and Processes. It lets you force close the apps and clear your cache. Really helps speed up the Fire Stick. That is a great tip. Thank you, Billy. Christopher says, I prefer Philo, excellent value. Yeah, if you don't need locals, great option. Brett says, Hulu has become my favorite. It's also one of my personal favorites. I think I'm just so used to the interface, and I'm a creature of habit, so it is hard for me to switch to something else and get used to it. So I have been using Hulu forever, and I am a fan, but I know lots of other people prefer YouTube. I also use Sling, and I like that one a lot. I use Philo, I like that one a lot, but I would say Hulu is probably my go-to. Is there a Roku app that gets you your local broadcast channels? So kind of, you can subscribe to one of these live TV streaming services like we've been talking about, but Locast is what you were looking for, and unfortunately they just shut down. And right now there is no great alternative to Locast, but we do have a post up over on quirkitorsnews.com with some alternatives if you are missing Locast, things like using an antenna, and using free streaming services to get some of your news, weather, sports, etc. Oh, CJ, this is a good question and something I have to look into. CJ says, does my annual Paramount Plus subscription have to renew before I can access Showtime content? And that's a big maybe for me. I was just talking to someone else last night, and he said he does not have the option to add Showtime right now, and he thinks it's because he has the annual subscription. So that's something I just need to look into more, and I will either post about it, tweet about it, something tomorrow. Let me make a note before I forget, because I will. We'll see if I can figure out what that chicken scratch means later. But remind me, I think that we are Twitter friends, so definitely tag me on Twitter if I forget to give you an update tomorrow. All right, Nicholas says, is Netflix clamping down on shared passwords? Yeah, they have been for a while. So not too long ago, it has been a while actually, this may have been last year, they started kicking people out of their account and making them log back in again. And I think that was a way to get people to stop sharing passwords. So yeah, they definitely have been cracking down on that a little bit more. So something to just kind of be on the lookout for. Yeah, Mark says you can find Stir for some local shows and news. Yeah, so with Stir, you can choose your Stir city, and you just pick the city closest to you, or Washington, D.C. if you want a national feed, and you'll get lots of local news, sports, weather. So definitely a good one to check out. Stir has lots of good content. Yeah, G-Money, this has nothing to do with cord cutting, but I'm reading it anyway to help you celebrate your victory. Nothing to do with cord cutting, but the St. Louis Cardinals have won 10 games in a row for the first time in 10 years, so congratulations to all of the Cardinals fans. Always happy to share a good sports win. All right. Chris says, do you think that Roku will come out with an updated streaming stick? Yes, they sure are, and let me grab that link for you again and post it right here. They are coming out with a new streaming stick. It is available to pre-order right now. Paul says, I like Pluto, it's old stuff, but it's cool and free. Yeah, they actually have some newer stuff too. It's owned by Viacom CBS, so you'll see a lot of Viacom content on there, some newer stuff. So definitely a good variety. But yeah, definitely some good classic content as well. Uh-oh, we're getting into a little sports rivalry talk in the comments here. Just keep it clean, everybody. My boss watches this video, so just everyone be cool. All right. Yeah, CJ, like I said, definitely tag me on Twitter if I forget, because, you know, sometimes my mind is just somewhere else and I forget to answer these things, so definitely tag me, and Jeff says that he will tag you also. Yeah, include me in that convo, please, because that's something I would like to figure out too, this whole Paramount Plus annual subscription situation. I can just email them too, honestly. I will do that tomorrow. All right. Joe says, I like YouTube TV for their DVR that keeps recordings for 9 months. Yeah, YouTube TV is one of the best DVRs, especially compared to some of these other live TV streaming services. So if that's something that's important to you, that's a good one. All right. Do I think that Lowcast will ever come back? No, it looks like they're shut down for good, unfortunately. I do think that we will see some kind of copycats pop up, but I don't think any of them will last, unfortunately. Man, I really liked Lowcast a lot, and I know a lot of you did too, so this is really, the whole thing's hurting my feelings, but yeah, it looks like they are not coming back, unfortunately. Daniel says, are cable companies going to start coming out with streaming devices like Comcast? Yeah, so Comcast just announced today that they have a new streaming device that's going to be coming out to Xfinity customers, and they already have some other streaming stuff, but I do think that cable companies more and more are seeing the value of streaming and kind of making a little bit of a shift to streaming, so I do think that we will definitely start seeing more of that. You'll find a lot of them already kind of they're dipping their toes in the water of streaming, but I do think that we'll see that ramp up for sure. Richard says, also another thing to do when your Roku device is running slow is get rid of the apps that you don't really watch. I've had to do that a couple of times and it helps the device run. Yeah, definitely another very good tip. If you are not using apps, just delete them. Or if you are still someone who has the Lowcast app on your home screen, this is probably a good time to go ahead and delete that too. So definitely go through every once in a while and clean things up. All right. Annette says, I have Philo, $25 with 1 year DVR storage. Oh yeah, I forgot that they have a pretty good DVR situation. Xfinity has a Flex streaming box. Yeah, and they just announced today that they're coming out with this new one. What do I think the likelihood is that each network or streaming platform will come out with its own version of a streaming device? I would say not super likely. I think that it would be hard to compete with especially Amazon's Fire TV and Roku's streaming devices. They're just so inexpensive. And I don't think that the cost of producing those devices would be worth it for most of these companies. So I think that they will continue making deals with these existing devices. Oh yeah, Mark says there's something called Very Local coming to most Hearst TV areas. Yeah, I'll try to get a post up about that tomorrow. I saw that earlier and again, just didn't get to it today, unfortunately. Jayanne has been watching the show with Steve Martin and Martin Short. Yeah, Only Murders in the Building. It's on Hulu. Selena Gomez is also in it. I've been watching that one too. I am a big fan. Really like it. All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Great chat tonight. So good to see some familiar faces. So good to see some new cord cutters hopping into the chat tonight too. If you ever have a question, please don't be afraid to ask it. If I don't have an answer for you, somebody in the chat probably will. So thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you all again next week. Bye.